Jeff Angelo on News Radio 600 WMT Cedar Rapids, also News Radio 1040 WHO. So is it going to be in this era of social media a crime in the future to body shame people on social media? Playboy model Danny Mathers is likely to be prosecuted. Police have tracked down the woman that she pictured naked in the gym and body shamed on social media. She took a picture of this woman who happens to be in her 70s in the shower and then put out on Snapchat, "If I can't unsee this, then you can't either." Well, you can imagine that the woman that was the target of that picture is pretty upset. And criminal charges may be coming. And to talk to me about this on the Newsmakers line is attorney Loretta Powers. Loretta, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Jeff. It's my pleasure.
So this is such an interesting topic because this is the era of social media. We all got cameras on our phone. We talk about the First Amendment rights that we all have, Loretta, but is this a protected form of speech, or is this something that people can go after another person on and actually get some criminal charges filed against them? What do you think?
This is absolutely a crime. I mean, if somebody takes a picture or a recording of someone in a state of undress without them knowing or without their permission, then they are criminally liable, especially if it's a place where there's a reasonable expectation of privacy, such as a public restroom or a locker room. And in certain states, this is either a misdemeanor or a felony. I know in Iowa, it's a serious misdemeanor, punishable by a fine of $315 to $1,875. And in California, where this particular incident took place, I think she's looking at 6 months in jail.
Wow. Well, and I know that may make some people, Loretta, uncomfortable that, you know, with all the crime going on in the world, that she may be facing jail for this. But I'm also glad to hear you say it, because everybody's got a phone with them. Everybody's got a camera with them these days. There has to be some limitations, Loretta. And in this instance, this former Playboy model took a picture of the woman in the shower, put it out on Snapchat. There's got to be limitations, correct?
Correct. And I feel sorry for the victim. I mean, here this woman is in her 70s, and now she has a naked picture of her all over the internet. And that is nearly impossible to take down in this day and age.
So what do you think happens now? They're going to come and they're going to charge her. How do you think the case is going to play out, Loretta?
I would not be surprised if they went out for the maximum and they tried to make an example out of her, because we need to teach the public that you can't just go into a locker room, take pictures of people, and then post it to all of your followers. Right.
Well, and Loretta, the bigger issue, as you know, a Gawker was recently taken down by Hulk Hogan for posting a nasty video of him. Is that's going to continue to be a big issue, isn't it? Because as you're saying, look, and let's say a celebrity, let's say a Rihanna, has a reasonable expectation of privacy. We're going to see a lot more of this, aren't we, when the embarrassing pictures show up on the internet? And even if they're at a legitimate, say, gossip site, that's going to be an issue in the future, isn't it?
Exactly, especially if it's in the privacy of somebody's home. And I think that was the Hulk Hogan case.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I understand that these people are public figures, but that doesn't give the public a right to see them in their bedroom activities or to see them naked.
So what, Loretta, as you said, in Iowa, you looked up the law, and you looked up in California where this case took place. What is the law? What's the charge here? What charges do we expect?
I expect her to be charged with dissemination of private images.
Okay.
And in Texas, where I'm at, you know, that's punishable by 180 days to 2 years in a state jail.
Now, were these laws put in place even before the internet age, or these kind of pictures? Were they just, in general, we've always had this right to privacy?
These laws actually came into the books about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And it's just a way of our legislature trying to catch up with technology and social media.
Yeah, absolutely. So as an attorney, I mean, I guess the pushback is going to be, Loretta, the pushback is going to be, gosh, we got serious crimes out there and we're going to be jailing people for this. But you think this is a serious thing, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you do have to set an example of somebody, don't you, so that we don't have a lot of this going on in society?
Right, and it's also for the victim, too. We are doing this for the victim to make sure that future victims don't happen as well.
So when somebody posts a picture like this, Loretta, the investigators, I'm sure they just try to find the center of attention in this picture and say, do you want to press charges? Is that how this is playing out here?
Right. Well, they originally couldn't charge her, even though they wanted to, because they couldn't find the victim.
Okay.
They did great investigation. They took this seriously, and they found her. And she, of course, is outraged over this, and she wants her to be punished to the fullest extent of the law.
Now, can we protect people, Loretta? As you said, they tracked this woman down. She's in her 70s. There's naked pictures of her all over social media. Can we protect her identity, or is this going to be a concern when you go out and you say, you know, in a country where you get to face your accuser, are victims going to have to be willing to publicly identify themselves? Yes, I'm the person in that picture.
Well, how it typically works is that if the victim is underage, under the age of 18, then the courts will protect that person's identity.
Okay.
Like in the court records, there would only be initials. However, because of this woman's age, I think that it's going to be a very public matter for her.
Unfortunately, too, because, of course, she doesn't want all of this attention, but I guess her name's just going to get more publicity at this particular point as the charges move forward. Is that your expectation?
Publicity for the Playboy model?
Well, for the woman that's in the picture, like her name is publicly going to be released at some point.
At some point, but I think that the media is going to have mercy on her and not publish it.
So the media can make a judgment call. Yeah, right. That makes sense. All right. Loretta Powers answering questions on this particular topic. Loretta, thanks very much. I appreciate your perspective on all of this.
Thank you, Jeff. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you. And you know, that's one thing I just want reassurance of, which is that in this era of everybody having a camera at every moment at their side, do you have an expectation of privacy? And it looks like legislators have been catching up on this and saying, absolutely, this kind of thing cannot be tolerated. And looks like this woman, Danny Mathers, probably going to make an example of her. I'm kind of glad. I really am. We got to establish some parameters to this use of social media in our society. Next up, we'll continue the technology talk, telemedicine, upsides and downsides to it next. Jeff on WMT and WHO.